Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another exciting episode in our journey to financial freedom. Today, we want to share with you one of the exciting ways you could save thousands of dollars, shillings, and also unlock your financial success in your journey to financial freedom. We're going to talk about mastering the analysis of budget and also various tracking. By the way, have you subscribed to our channel? If not, please click that subscribe button and also share with a friend. Also like our videos so you can never miss any of our episodes as we unleash more and more of this in the future. Let's kick off. Imagine it's not easy, but making a few changes in how one runs their lives could save thousands or millions of funds. It's not always an easy thing to do, but if we stick to it, we could achieve what we are looking for. And as I've already said, it's what we are trying to do here is not a one-day action or get-rich scheme, but rather a series of actions we can take, cultivating and developing practices that could change how we are living. Budget analysis and variance tracking are indispensable tools for us as individuals and organizations alike, and they're very crucial in the journey to financial management. Actually, I always wonder why we take an extra mile when we are running companies, when you're running businesses. We go an extra mile in ensuring that the budget is being followed, the budget is planned. You put in place all means to ensure that you stick to the budget. And if you don't stick to the budget, look for the funds. But when we do these things in office, when we do these things in our official lives, we can't replicate them in our individual lives. Yet for me, I imagine that our individual life are a reflection of our corporate lives or company lives. What we do at the company level can be scaled down to what we do in our families, in our homes, and in the end make life better for all of us. Because what's the use of practicing things at the company level, but you can't practice them in your own life? So budget analysis and variance tracking are vital for both individuals and organizations. So it's not just organizations alone, but also the individuals. Yet we often neglect these practices at the personal level. So we should actually treat our lives like mini companies of sort that we need to run professionally for success. By comparing what you are spending, the actual versus the planned expenditures, you're going to get valuable insights into your financial health. It's going to empower you and inform your decisions that you make as you strive towards achieving your financial goals. So we are going to explore in this article issues to do with budget analysis and variance tracking, outlining some of the key actions or expectations that we should carry out in the process. By the way, if you haven't, I've also done another video about budgeting in the rule of 50, 30 to 20. Please look for that video. I've also written an article, and I'll also share an article in regard to this video. So understanding budget analysis and tracking is one of the first key steps that we need to take. You need to understand what it is that we call budget analysis and what it is that we call variance tracking. So this involves scrutinizing your planned expenditures against your actual spending over a given period of time. This can be monthly, it can be annually. For instance, if you budget to spend $300 on groceries but end up spending $250, it means that you have a positive variance. Variance, sometimes when people talk about variance, they only think about the negative side, things going out of control, but it can also be on the positive side. Here you have savings of about $50. On the other hand, if you budget to spend 300 on groceries but end up spending 450, it means that you have a negative variance. And variance tracking here is going to help you identify the deviations. The starting point, if you haven't gone through our video or article about the rule of 50, 30, and 20, is to create a budget. So now the next point is to monitor that budget and follow through. So this is where we identify the variances that are existing in the budget. Positive variances, of course, denote that you are actually spending below the budget, whereas negative ones will indicate that we are overspent. there will be some key actions you need to take once you identify that either you are overspending or you are underspending. Underspending, I think that we all would wish to spend below what we have planned. But the key action, really, the starting point is to monitor regularly your budget. You allocate a certain amount on a monthly basis. Make sure you review and track your spending against the budgeted amount. It's useless to keep recording your expenditures. You record how much you spend on a daily basis, but you never go back to analyze whether it's in line with what you plan to spend. Or it's useless to go ahead and spend every month you're above and above and above, but you never take an action. So if you allocate $200 out to dining each and every month, but you consistently spending 300, by tracking and monitoring your budget on a regular basis, you're able to identify that, this trend that I'm taking, I'm always above what I've planned. So you need to understand what are the key issues that are causing this spending habit. Is it that I've allocated too little, or is it that I'm just living beyond my means? What are the corrective actions that I need to take for this action? I think this is a very, very key and a very key starting point. Whether when you monitor on a regular basis, you're able to identify, and over time you notice that I've been above budget for over 3 or 4 months. I need to take some action. So when you identify the variances and their causes, this is after scrutinizing between the budgeted expenditures and then the actual expenditures. You are able to identify the underlying reasons as to why you are above. Either is it a lifestyle change that you need to implement? Okay, if you are spending favorably, that means you're underspending. What could be the cause of that? You need to reallocate those funds now and put them to something better, because you realize that they are redundant one or the other. If your utility bill is higher than expected, investigate the reasons. Is it that someone is living the lifespan the entire day? Is it that the water is running unnecessarily? What could be the cause of that? And you can try and take some corrective actions. Or could there be a leakage? Some people have had leakages in their water, and they may never know that there's actually a leakage until you look at the fact that, oh, by the way, I'm spending a lot more than I used to spend, but nothing has changed in regard to my cooking habits or how I utilize this utility. Then you need to take the corrective actions. Like if you have discovered that you're above the budget for certain items, then you need to take action and address those unfavorable variances promptly. The earlier you do it, the better. And consequently, if you're underspending, you also need to consider reallocating those funds either to saving or debt repayment or things like that. And on the other hand, if you overspend on things like clothing, look for ways to cut back, like shopping, things especially those things that you realize that you can do without. You don't need to buy a new shirt every month, or you don't need to go and eat out every weekend for the entire month. So you can cut down on a few things. I know these are things that cause emotional issues when you talk about them, because some people, when you talk about cutting out on how much they're spending, it becomes really a hard thing to do, because it's a way I've earned this money and I want to eat it, I want to enjoy it. That's a feeling. So it's an emotional issue to many people. So if you adjust your budget as accordingly, go back and review from the insights you have gotten and the analysis. Go back and review over time that you have adjusted, you have reallocated, or you have tried reducing removing some unnecessary expenditures. You continue monitoring and reviewing the budget and making sure that it is in line now going forward with what you planned. Or if you planned less, increase. Don't also be mean with yourself. You're trying to save as much as possible, but at the end of the day, you end up with living in a very poor quality of life. No, that's also not good. What we are trying to do ultimately is to establish that that habit of being accountable and being disciplined. Hold yourself accountable for adhering to the budgetary plans and achieving your financial objectives. And the goals you set need to be realistic. Track your progress regularly and maintain that tracking can also be a source of motivation, and of course an indication of how disciplined you are. So you need to foster that culture of financial responsibility. You also need to involve other people around you, your family, your household. They need to know that this is the goal we are driving towards to, and this is what it means to us at the end of the day. It could either mean getting a little bit more money for the holiday. It could either mean putting aside more money for savings. Those are important things, but you need to make people understand what it means when you say stop wasting this, stop wasting that, reduce on this, reduce on that. They need to understand, need to follow through. Otherwise, you'll be fighting a battle which you're going to likely lose on your own. So, what you're trying to say in this series is that mastering budget analysis and variance tracking is a key area in achieving financial success. And by regularly monitoring your budget, identifying the variances, taking corrective actions, you can make informed decisions that are going to lead to significant savings over time. Remember, consistency, discipline are always essential. Do not forget that you need to adapt your budget to your current situations to accommodate your changing circumstances, because things change every now and then. This month you probably have to pay school fees. You don't have to pay school fees the next month, so you need to adapt it accordingly. With these practices in place, I'm sure you're able to unlock your financial potential. You're going to you'll be able to reduce the wastages. You'll be able to increase your spendings and investments, and this is all for a better future. Things that you do over a longer time, you realize that you're going to have huge savings in a long period of time, thousands and thousands of dollars or shillings that you're going to save. Or that is very, very possible. But if you don't have a budget, you just live hand, pocket to mouth, eating everything that you earn on the monthly basis, then you're not going to grow. To grow, you require discipline, you require culture, you require habits that form and develop you as an individual. Thank you very much for listening to us today. I hope you have enjoyed today's series. Please, if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Share this video with a friend. They may not be the very, very special things that are going, the very huge things that are going to change your life, but the little things that you do on a daily basis. And we're here to share with you in our journey to financial freedom. Thank you for listening to us. Bye bye.